Now I'm going to be real with you guys. Six max is my bread and butter, but I see people making mistakes all the time. And today I'm going to go over like three different reasons you're likely losing in six max and what you can do about that. And I'll tell you what, we got a really good session over here as well, so stick around to the end. But really the first mistake I see all the time is just playing too many weak hands from early position. I'm talking about hands like if you're first or second to act, you should not be playing like Jack 6 suited or Jack 7 suited. It might feel like you can loosen up sometimes, but that doesn't mean you should just play any two suited cards. And if you're opening hands like I said, like Jack 6 suited, Jack 7 suited, Queen 8 suited, under the gun, you're often walking into trouble. Those are frequently dominated and lead to marginal post flop spots. So really just want to tighten up a little bit, especially your opening ranges from the first two positions. Just stick to, the basics like this strong suited connectors, premiums and high pairs. You got to be a little bit disciplined here, but it's definitely going to be something that's going to work out for you a lot better than not doing that. The next thing, you got to be protecting your button a little bit more. So mistake number two is kind of just giving up your button too early. So position is everything, right? And the button is really your best weapon. So if you're folding too much on the button or just raising wide, you're letting opponents control the game. Remember, you're last to act. You have more information and control. So widen your button range, attack limps and weak opens. You just force players to react, not the other way around. All right, with that said, this hand was pretty crazy right here. I also want to point out you guys can get on our newsletter as well as the community we got. Definitely do that as well. There's a lot of good stuff in it. Probably help a lot of you guys out who are struggling and just really trying to grow it. So there'll be you can check out the pinned comment for that. All right, so mistake number three is just playing too passively after the flop. All right, so calling too often and rarely raising leaves you vulnerable. So you got to let opponents realize equity cheaply and lose value when you have the best hand. So really the solution to what I'm saying is just focus on aggression more. Don't play passive post flop, even if you miss the flop. And that's exactly what you're going to see here, man, because you guys better hit that like after this play right here. So check this out. I was not giving up on this. I really was not. And sometimes it just doesn't even matter. Like if you can make somebody believe you got something, then this is what I'm talking about right here. This is what I'm talking about. Still barreling. We are barreling right here. Just barreling and barreling and barreling. Okay. And here we go. 6 on the river. I ain't giving up here. Come on now. Come on now. I ain't giving up. I ain't giving up. We're going here. We are going. All right. So there you guys go. Look at this play, man. Look at this play. And you know what? It almost looks like player 4 was thinking about it. Like maybe he had a read on me, but this is a tough call. If he's got a weak ace here, this is definitely a tough call, guys. Like, come on now. Come on now. But yeah, he definitely thought about it for a little bit. Ultimately though, our play is gonna work here. And yeah, I really like this one right here. You guys are probably looking at this like, man, this guy's doing it. Yeah, I'm doing it right there, man. So I ain't just talking about this stuff, man. You're seeing it. You're seeing it live right here. But I'll also be honest. I've just been playing for so long, guys, and the more you play, the more you realize like it's just this comes down to outplaying the people at your table. Doesn't matter if it's online or live. That is what it is, guys. It's just about outplaying opponents. And I will continue saying that all the time because it is just the reality of this. Now, there's more nuance to this, which is why, I'm telling you guys, man, you definitely want to check that newsletter out and the community for sure. Because as you move up a little bit, obviously players are going to get better. Not that much better. It's not really about that. It's more about you becoming better. You need to become better, and you need to get better over time. And it takes a lot of effort, a lot of work. But after a while, a lot of the things that you hear me talking about, and even just other players, it just becomes automatic. You don't even think about it anymore. It's like you hop in to a session and, you know, you just you just go to work. You know what I'm saying? It's just it is how it is. But yeah, continue sticking with me though, guys, because I'm telling you, we got some really good stuff coming up in here, and you know, like starting things off with a nice bluff like that though for sure. Always feels good. Always feels good to start things off with the bluff. A huge one. Right to the 4-6. Basically giving it up. Now you're going to be seeing most of the session here for, you know, this was actually a pretty short session for me. It probably went for maybe like 30 minutes, so you're kind of getting the bulk of it here. It's always nice to hop in a session and, you know, just do pretty good for a short amount of time. It doesn't always go that way, but all right, check this out. Player 4 kicked it up a little bit here. Player 5 called. Let's see if player 2 came along. All right, 3 ways. Ooh, 2 jacks on the flop. Kind of thinking here that somebody's got a jack here. They're probably looking pretty good. That's what I'm thinking. Player 4 is kind of just going for it here. This is a little bit suspicious to me. I think if player 2 plays back here, it would have been a good play. Let's think about that for a second. Does that guy really have a jack? Is he really going to lead out like that? I don't know, guys. I don't know. I don't know if I was I think if player 2 would have come back at him right there, I think that might have got the job done. But hey, whatever. It is what it is. Hands over. All right, so here we got kings. Awesome hand to have here opening. Just hoping somebody raises us at this point. Let's see what player 2 does. No, he didn't. He just called. And it's like the worst, man. You know, you get kings and right away there's an ace on the flop. It's like, it's the most annoying thing that can happen to you. Now I put in a little sizing right here just to feel this guy out. He is going to call us. We're going to get to the river. And I just went to showdown because we were losing to a lot of weak aces there, like ace 8, ace 9, and it's kind of sad for pocket kings, just not really getting a lot of value out of it. But I couldn't. I mean, there was an ace on the flop. It's like a dagger to the heart, you know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. All right, next hand here we have ace 4 in the small. I might have seen a flop with this, we'll see. We do have a big hand coming up here pretty soon though. Okay, so like if you're in the smaller big, this is obviously a hand you're gonna call, even if from like an early position raiser, because you know the thing is it's good enough to make a call here with any like ace X in the smaller big, but you have to play it cautiously. It's not like you're just gonna, you know, you're gonna barrel off with something like this. If you like miss the flop with that type of situation, yeah, you're just getting rid of it. We really had nothing to continue with, and player 4 could have had anything, you know, over pairs, maybe ace king or ace queen, just kind of like continuing into it. Doesn't really make sense for us, so we let it go. But this is a hand that you're gonna be folding, obviously, like an 8-6 offsuit in the small blind. There's no reason to play this hand at all. Player 5 too, I mean, if you look at him, he doesn't have a whole lot left, so you know whatever he's going to be doing here is probably not going to get away from this. But yeah, I folded it. If it was suited, I might have considered calling because player 2 got in the hand, but it's not suited. Flop would have not been good anyways. Doesn't really make a difference to us here at all. All right, player 5 continues here. Let's see what player 2 does. And we would have paired the 6. All right, yeah, but I mean, it definitely feels like player 5 might have, somebody has a king here, it feels like, for sure. Ooh, player 5 checked it? Interesting. Let's see what player 2 does. If I was player 2 and I don't have the king, I'm probably going to be barreling here. All right. That could have been anything right there. I have no idea what player 2 had. It was either he had it or that was just kind of like a bluff. I'm kind of leaning towards bluff right there. All right, here we had the queen deuce suited. This is a spot where you're going to want to open on the button here. Player 4, I think somebody called here. Let's see. Yeah, player 5. All right, so we flopped a 2-pair, kind of a weak 2-pair with the deuce. But I mean, it's still, obviously we're going to continue. Now, this was kind of hard to understand. He didn't have much left. We just got it in here. It was all good. We took it down, so we'll take it. We'll bake it. We'll take it. We'll bake it. Whatever. All right, next time with a king 5. Staying alive. It's rhyming a little bit here. All right, yeah, just let that one go. Over to player 6. Ooh, check that out. That is interesting. Player 2's been playing pretty snug. He has made a couple plays. I think he let that go. So yeah, not strong enough, clearly. Does this bring us up to the moment? Oh yes. All right, here we go. All right, this is okay. Let's go. All right, king 10. Here we go with the king 10. Gonna be opening here, which is totally fine. King 10 offsuit, it's not like it's a super strong hand, but it's good enough to open in our spot here. So that's what I did. And I think player 6 called, or maybe both these guys called this. And player 1 is gonna call here. So here's the thing. I am going to miss this board, but it wasn't exactly the worst. We do have some cards that could help. Even if I miss this board, for the most part, I'm always going to continue here, like, with anything, especially if there were, like, a bunch of low cards out there. Let's say the flop came, like, queen 4 deuce, all different suits. I would have continued anyways. But I'm going to continue here. Ace out there, obviously. Jack would give us what we need. There is a club draw out there. Now, if player 1 calls, he could have anything. He could have a pair of aces, a pair of queens, I don't know, anything, right? I'm going to keep it small. Now, we missed the we missed the turn. We are blocking the flush draw here with hearts, which is not a bad card to have out there. I'm going to continue here, and what I'm doing here is I'm representing a big hand. You guys got to remember I opened from early position here. I was first to act in this hand, so I'm repping big hands. Think ace king, ace queen, maybe some ace jack suited type hands. Those are the kind of hands I'm representing right here. He is going to think about this. He's going to tank this for a little bit. So when he tanked this, I was actually thinking he might fold, but when he called, that told me a couple things. He's probably got a pair of aces. Maybe he's got a stronger ace than maybe he has 2 pair, like a queen 6, ace 6, something like that. Now that river card was, what else can we say, guys? A lot of good things about it. We're blocking the flush with the king of hearts, so I'm not worried about the flush. I'm not worried about anything. I'm just hoping that going with this sizing is going to get him to call. It's a pretty big sizing, guys. It's basically telling this guy, like, I've got it or I don't, right? It's either this is a really strong value sizing or I'm bluffing. He went for the bluff. Unfortunately for him, I was not bluffing, and that allowed us to kind of do our thing. So here's the deal, guys. 6 max, it's my bread and butter. Takes time to get good at. A lot of the things that you need to get good at, it takes time. You got to be constantly, playing, putting in the work. But, like I said, a couple things that could help you, getting in the newsletter, the community, I think that'll be a good start for sure. Get some one-on-one with me there, as well as, talk to everybody else in the group. All right, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this one. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.